So, when your relationship with a narcissist breaks apart, and this could be because they discarded you or because they let you drift away because you were devalued to the point where you had nothing left to offer them, then you two are going your own ways, and the narcissist isn't too minded about what you're up to, what's going on in your life, because they're trying to think, where they can get good supply from. They're probably thinking about their new person or new people, or maybe they're just focusing elsewhere because after having devalued you for so long, you didn't have that much on offer. But even after the breakup, after a little bit of time has passed, narcissists do like to keep tabs on former people. They like to keep tabs on how the former person is doing because they like to know that the former person is not doing better than they are. They like to know that the former person preferably still wants the narcissist in some way because that validates them and that makes them feel like they have the upper hand. Again, narcissists are always in this competitive type mindset where they want to feel like they're doing better than you, even if you're not actively a part of their life. So, what happens when the narcissist cannot check up on you? What happens when they don't have the ability to know how you're doing, where you are in your life, and if you're moving on from them? So that's what happens when you properly cut contact with a narcissist, when you properly go no contact, and you're not giving them insights into what you're up to, either through social media or through joint acquaintances or friends. The narcissist very soon starts to get very curious. They start to get very curious. The first two things are, well, first of all, if you're not chasing them, if you're not reaching out to them, then that probably means you're up to something else. Okay. And then the second thing to think is, well, are they up to anything interesting? Are they moving on? Are they starting to do something which makes them happy? And narcissists like to know what people are up to because depending on where the person is at in their life and what they're up to, the narcissist responds accordingly. And if they don't know what you're up to, they don't know how to respond. Like they don't know if they should be hoovering you with the intention to coming back into your life. They don't know if they should be focusing their attention elsewhere. Because if all of a sudden your value's gone up because you're doing something interesting in your life, they want a part of that. They want a piece of the action. That would be something that would encourage them to want to hoover you. But if you're miserable without them and just are living a lame, boring life, then they wouldn't want to hoover you. They'd just be focusing their attention elsewhere because you wouldn't have much supply to offer. So unless the narcissist knows where you're at, they don't know how to respond, which is, should they reach out to you? Should they not? Should they try harder to work out and learn about what you're doing and gain insights into your life? Well, that third option is actually what happens so often because when the narcissist is unable to get those insights, then they want to find a way to get those insights. Because otherwise they feel like they lack the sort of control. They feel like they're not easy in their own skin. Because if they're living a very average life and you're living a very good life, then they feel that A, they either want to participate in your good life or B, do something to sabotage your good life. There's no middle ground. They can't really accept that people are living the good life and they're just living their life separately. They either want to associate with the good things or they want to sabotage it. That's the only way they can get their needs met in terms of not feeling small, not feeling inferior, not feeling worthless, not feeling invalidated. So when you cut contact, you stay no contact, you don't give them insights into your life. And if they do gain insights into your life, maybe those insights are quite limited in nature. They're limited to a certain aspect or limited to something very superficial. Then they're not getting their information needs met. They're not getting the substance of needing to know what's really going on. So that's where they really try to find a way to learn about you. And it's not because, they don't know anything about you and they just feel like they needed to go and learn it. No, there's this process where the narcissists, they get these kind of like repetitive thoughts, and they keep getting these intrusive thoughts where like, oh, I wonder how this person's doing. I can't check up on them. This person used to be an important part of their life, used to be their possession. In a way, still is their possession, because narcissists can be quite possessive in their thinking of people. But they've got no idea what you're up to. So even if they're momentarily distracted, they keep reverting to that thought, okay, what is this person up to? Because there could be supply in it for them. And the vast majority of narcissists are always hardly getting their supply needs met. There's very few narcissists who are consistently having abundant supply. And maybe those narcissists might not be reaching out as such, but the vast majority struggle to have sufficient supply. And when they think there might be an untapped resource, they want to learn if there is indeed an untapped resource, in which case they can go and get their supply. So that's the way they see you, the former person who they don't really know what you're up to these days. For them, it's kind of like this mystery where they're thinking, if the answer is they're living a lame life, there are no golden nuggets there for me. But if they're living a very much a better life than they were before, then actually maybe there are golden nuggets in there for me. So in that mindset, they think they want a piece of the action. And sometimes a piece of the action is just to take you back down, which for them is still supply. So just understand that about narcissists. They feel the need to regularly check up with people, to know what the people are up to kind of sound you out some, hear you out. And when you're not giving that to them, they will try, or the vast majority anyway of narcissists will try to come back. And it's not always in the first few months. It can be many months later, or sometimes a bit longer. But if they're able to check up on you, or able to learn about you through old acquaintances or whatever, then maybe there's no need for them to, because they're getting their information needs met. But where they're not getting their information needs met about you, for them it's just like mysterious thing where they have to work it out, because they really want to see if there's something valuable there for them. Because if there is, they don't like to waste opportunities for supply. They'll see you as that kind of low-hanging fruit. If you've entertained them once, you'll entertain them again. That's how they think about it anyway. But of course you shouldn't. And of course you should just continue what you're doing. Do your best to limit. You can never 100% insulate yourself. We live in a world where sometimes people can get some insights on other people, but limit it as much as you can, because you don't want to give them easy access to sabotage anything. If they do work their way back into your life, make sure that you've completely changed by them and you're not vulnerable anymore, because the more time that passes and the more comfortable you are in your new skin and the new person you've become, the more easy it is for you to resist any of their temptations at returning, so you don't entertain them. But if if you have the freshly unhealed wounds, it becomes more difficult. So yeah, your focus should be on yourself and not letting them back in at all. In any event, make it as difficult as possible for them to learn about you, and just keep them away. They're never up to any good. Anyway, hope you found some of that helpful. Thanks for watching. Bye.